Good morning. Just so that we can keep this on time today, we're going to get started as close to 8 o'clock as we can. First, I want to welcome everybody here to a very unique conference. This is a stem cell track within AMMG, but it's also a conference for this organization, ICMS, the International Cellular Medicine Society. Why this conference is unique is that there's been a lot of conferences on stem cells this last 5 years or so. And if you look at most of what's discussed, it's very future-facing. These are the kind of things that we're starting to do now, or these are the kind of things that we have a clinical trial about, or these are the kind of things that might be possible in the future. The real focus of this conference is a little different. It's really the first one-day conference of its kind where everyone you're going to hear from today actually uses stem cells every day clinically. And that's very unique. There really aren't many physicians around the world at this point that are using stem cells every day as part of their clinical practice. And we've assembled the vast majority of them here today for you to hear from. And you're going to hear from everything from orthopedics to cardiac to vascular to endocrine. So these are actual everyday applications that are occurring right now. So if we look at why we're here, one of the concerns that I had, and I think a lot of physicians have, now that we're talking about healthcare reform and healthcare reform issues, is that if you really look at, if we could reform one thing as physicians, it would be this whole thing right here. And that is, if we really want to save money on healthcare, what we have to do is to stop letting the business plan drive the medicine. And you probably can come up with 10 or 20 instances in your own practices where you see every day where there might be 3 or 4 or 5 reasonable treatments for a disease, but only the one that has the best business plan basically gets developed, whether it be a new drug or etc. So I think what we've got the opportunity to do with regenerative medicine is to switch that, is to make that so that we start as physicians focusing on solving some of these diseases. And that's really what the rest of this conference is about at AMMG, right? I mean, it's rather than waiting till people get sick, we try to treat people to stay well. And the same thing here. Once they get sick, we have the opportunity, I think, with stem cells to make the disease drive the business plan and not vice versa. So that's really what this conference is about. There's 2 things I need to say for AMMG. One is that you have your forms there to fill out. You won't get your CMEs apparently until you fill out that form. So that's very important to know. Second thing is while the breaks are catered, they wanted me to tell you that lunch is on your own. So just want to make sure you know that. And we'll get started then. We've got a lot of very exciting speakers, and we will get going to the next speaker who, of all the things I prepared for, I didn't bring up a little agenda. So thanks. Steve, can you grab me? Sorry. Henry Young. Well, let me say a couple words about Henry. Henry is a medical school professor from Macon, Georgia. He's from Mercer Medical School. Henry is a teacher in cell biology, but also is one of the few people I know who has a lot of experience in stem cell research. If you talk to most stem cell researchers, their experience is sort of like internet time. And what I mean by that is if you were to ask people 10 years ago who had a lot of experience in the internet, it would have been a very, very small crowd of people. Henry's got that same type of experience in stem cells. He's been doing stem cell biology work one way or the other for the last 35 years. That would put him in but a number of people you can count on with your hands and your feet who actually have that much clinical and research experience with stem cells. So I think that's really what Henry brings to the table, and it's quite a unique skill set. So without much further ado, Henry Young.